Warner Brothers, always alert to progress, has included the amazing phenomenon of bringing the dead back to life in The Walking Dead, an unusual horror mystery starring Boris Karloff, supported by Ricardo Cortez, Edmund Gwenn, Marguerite Churchill, Barton McLean, Warren Hull.
Prepare to shudder now, because you will when you see this dead man walking, talking, stalking his prey. A living dead man, forced on by queer impulses, driven by superhuman powers.
Done that.
Wonderful morning, great morning, fine day, wonderful morning. Just said that, didn't I? Fine morning. Time to get up now, gotta get him up. Getting late. Can't sleep all day, you know, no. Can't sleep all day, no. I don't sleep all day myself. Insomnia.
Mice.
That'll never do. Gotta get a mice trap. Yes, gotta get a mice trap. Let's see, now that makes 2 mice traps. I'll speak to the governor about that. I'll have those mice paroled.
Good morning, Oscar.
Hi, lug.
Just get a load of that sea air.
No, you can't do this to me.
Come on.
No, anything but this.
Come on. It'll all be over in a minute.
You sure got a tougher whisker, sir, buddy. Watch this.
Who threw that?
Who wants to know? Why don't you bounce that ball off his dome?
Drop that ball.
2 o'clock. 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 2 o'clock.
Night long I've been dreaming and scheming a way to escape. The warden and guards, they all bore me. Life in prison was never meant for me. Although I said I hate to leave my cell, mateys.
It's okay, Butch. We all understand.
My loving buddies are sorry, so very, very, very sorry, warden dear. But I'm screaming from here. And now I am going to go. Yes, I am going to scram. Yes, I'm going to go. I'm going to scram. I'm going to take it on the lamb. Good. Bye.
Bye-bye. Nice voice there. Nice voice. Great possibilities. Fine boy. Fine boy. He's gone. He's gone. He escaped. Why don't somebody do something? Do something. Say, that's a good idea. Maybe I can do something. Sure.
Recently, newspapers and magazines everywhere carried an amazing story. Reporters saw Dr. Manley Hall hypnotize actor Lugosi to give reality to a scene in Black Friday. Horror-struck, they witnessed the hypnotized actor's mortal agony as Lugosi actually experienced the terror of suffocating to death in a closet.
Let me out, please. I'm suffocating.
The sinister hand of science dares a new and dangerous experiment. Into the body of a gentle scholar is grafted the brain of a criminal, and a new and deadly monster is born to ravage an unsuspecting world.
Been shot.
Here, fix it up, will you?
How'd you get it?
The coppers shot me. It's only a scratch.
How'd you get it?
Well, don't ride me. It's your fault anyway.
Mine?
Yeah.
We'll take that bucks.
Go ahead and shoot if you want to dive 200 feet for it.
Keep him covered.
You're sneaking out on him.
What do you
Yes,
mean?
you do.
Dad!
Stop it.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Saturday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everyone.
How we doing tonight, Evan?
I'm feeling pretty good here on this lovely Saturday night. I feel like it's feeling an awful lot like Friday right now.
It does, we just...
I'm a little thrown off, but...
Let's just pretend kind of like it is. We just saw the trailer for Black Friday, so let's just pretend we're in Friday mode. It might as well be Friday here.
I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday.
Happy Friday.
Enjoying their weekend. Glad to see all of our friends here in the chat. Glad you could join us here on our alternate day.
It's a little off schedule, so we appreciate everybody bearing with us for that. We had ran a little Scream Theater triple feature last night, and so doing our movie of the week tonight. Appreciate everybody that could be here. I see Old Radios, Joe Cola, Thomas, Bees Nest, Alana. Welcome, Alana. Hope that you're staying safe out there. I know Alana's been dealing with some
we've had some
bad
extreme weather going on right now. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So hope that you're staying safe, Alana. Hope and if anybody else is dealing with any kind of crazy, dangerous weather right now, we hope you're staying
twisters up in your neck of the woods.
Right. It's, I guess it's kind of. Is it always like Twister? Is there a Twister season? There's got to be there's
Hey, it's
right?
Twister season somewhere.
Yeah, so you gotta obviously you do Twister season awareness, and you try to make sure everybody's kind of prepared, and hopefully, again, that's just the perils that come with your geography, right? But.
Yeah, you could just hold out until Monopoly season. Battleship season.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my god. And yeah, speaking of seasons, we're continuing season 17 here on the stream, and we're getting close to the end of this season. Actually, we're ready to wrap it up. This is our 8th film.
Gosh, already.
Yeah, got 2 more, and then we'll be having a little break, and then on to the next season. Welcome, Lauren. Hope you're doing well tonight. It's good to see you in here. We, and I'd say it's been a pretty fun season so far. We've had a lot of, I feel like obviously we've had a lot of different movies, but also concurrent themes, definitely with movies just in the season, but obviously we always are building on our education because we've been watching 4 years worth of Fridays watching new movies. So,
4 years of Fridays and an occasional Saturday.
That's right. And maybe one Thursday. I think we did a Thursday one time too. But we've seen over 150 movies at this point, so it's just always funny to kind of dig into subject matter and see where does that parse out in the horror genre, and kind of breaking obviously into subgenres and tracking tropes and all that fun stuff. So we've got an interesting one tonight because last week I had to make sure I was keeping track of that correctly. Last week we were kind of firmly in the psychological horror realm with Dream No Evil, which was essentially like a reverse Psycho. Like everything that played out the way that it would in Psycho, it was like flipped in Dream No Evil, which was cool. Like, I think we had fun with it.
Yeah, definitely a fun movie. Kind of crazy.
Definitely very crazy.
Memorable in its own way. I'll never forget the. I felt like the rug got pulled out for me whenever she jumped off the high dive, and there was no water.
I know that happened early.
Just such a strange. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, we really, we got fooled. But you can't trust the marketing with these things. But yes, very firmly in the psychological realm. Dealing with the mind. But this is where we start to get into kind of more gray areas and then more kind of odd subgenres. And this subgenre itself isn't really odd, but the origins are interesting. And that's body horror, right? Because body horror almost kind of falls, because obviously it's about the body, because it's in the, but there's also the mind is a part of it too, right? Like the horror of like having a change with your body or something going on with your body that you can't control, right? Like that.
We're having a puberty movie tonight.
Yeah, more or less. Sometimes your soul, it's got to grow up. And when your soul goes through puberty, that has its own entire set of hardships and troubles. And we're going to learn about those tonight with... Oh, God, I was like, am I on the right source? With Man with Two Lives from 1942. And this is... what's one thing you guys will be able to help us judge tonight is... Can we definitively say that this is body horror? Is it more... Obviously, we're going to see there's elements of sci-fi. There's also elements of the crime film. I wouldn't necessarily say gangster movie, but broadly at this time, a crime film. And essentially, it's about a mild-mannered guy who has some accident and he dies. But he's brought back to life right at the same time as a gangster is being electrocuted for his crimes. So in that moment, the soul of the gangster is, and I don't know how this, we'll see how this happens, maybe, it somehow infiltrates, or for lack of a better word, possesses the body of this mild-mannered resurrected man. So already just in that little logline description, you can see there's a lot of different ideas going on here.
Got a soul switch movie. Soul switch or a body switch movie?
It could be body swap. I think that again, I think it's definitely in the cards. That's what I've never seen this. So that's going to be one of the fun things for all of us to judge tonight is, can we say that this is do you call it a body swap? Do you call it body horror? Is it a possession movie? What is this? I don't know what this is. It is a Poverty Row horror film. I'll tell you that. It's from Monogram Pictures, who did the 9 Bela Lugosi movies, of which we've seen like 4 or 5. Invisible Ghost, Voodoo Man, on and on and on. Those are pretty solid, but this is not necessarily made by that same group within Monogram. We'll get into it. But it's, obviously it's going to be a low budget film, but I'm interested to see, got some big ideas here. So I'm interested to see how they bring it all to life. But yeah, so I don't know. Body swap, we'll see. But speaking of swaps, Evan's got a little maybe a little kind of swap of his own here tonight, because as always, Evan does us the honor of coming up with a delicious cocktail to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which he calls
What were you drinking?
And what are we going to be drinking tonight, Evan?
So, well, just right off the top, tonight we're making martinis. We're having a martini night on this fine Saturday. But these aren't just any martinis, you see. What we're doing here is we have our switch reversal kind of movie. We're getting into a reverse martini. And if you've never heard of a reverse cocktail, the idea there is that you take the ratio of ingredients how it would normally be, and you flip it on its head. So a martini, there's arguments on what's the correct way to make a martini, but I think the quote unquote standard way is 3 parts gin and 1 part vermouth. And so the idea of a reverse martini would then be 3 parts vermouth, 1 part gin. And the the logic there is that if you lowering the ABV, going a little less on the spirit side to really try to enjoy the other element, whatever in a martini it would be the vermouth, and whatever else doing a different cocktail it would be whatever the flavor that's not the spirit.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be like, if you're having like a long evening thing, you're not trying to get sloppy, you're just trying to have a nice little sipper.
Little sipper.
You go for a reverse cocktail. And actually, Julia Child, the famed chef, her favorite cocktail was a reverse martini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Interesting. And another person famous for their love of martinis, Winston Churchill. Went the complete opposite direction.
Oh.
He would have hated a reverse martini. He didn't want any vermouth at all.
So you're saying he just wanted gin?
Yeah, actually, his it's apocryphal, but he's said to he wanted a martini with a cup full of ice cold gin and a glance at the bottle of vermouth, or alternatively a bow in the direction of France. So
how dryly witty.
Yeah, very droll.
Very droll. That's
droll.
The word, Evan. Thank you. Very droll.
But what we're having, we're not just having a reverse martini, because I like to keep things a little fun, a little fresh around here. So we are making it's a reverse cherry martini that I'm calling the Old Switcheroo, and it's gin, vermouth, maraschino liqueur, and some orange bitters, as well as we're gonna do an orange twist for a garnish.
Okay. All right.
If just in case you weren't paying attention before, we're doing just 1 part of gin, and I'm doing 2 parts of vermouth and 1 part of the maraschino, so ends up being 3.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, I'm looking forward to that. And
but you want to make sure that I couldn't pre-make this because I'm trying to keep it as cold as possible.
Yeah. It's all right. Hey, I'm here for it. Welcome, Sears. Glad you could make it. Thank you for joining us, sir. Appreciate being here. And Bees, I do not have a Cash App set up, but rest assured, that'll be in the works, and as soon as it is, I will keep you posted. I appreciate that, Bees. But yes, this is again, I don't drink too many martinis. It's not something I do often. So
yeah, and on the show, really we do lean a little more on the lower end of, we don't like a martini is a pretty spirit forward drink. We like our mixers here on the show.
That's a great point. Very true, Evan. Thank you.
But if you're not, maybe you're not a seasoned martini drinker and you need a little bit of help getting through this, you can always adjust by just adding a little more ice to your shaker, because it'll dilute the drink a little bit.
Well,
it'll make it a little.
Evan, you know us, ice to taste.
We're always
right?
ice to taste.
Ice to taste. I mean, that's our tried and true logic over here. If it doesn't at first, if it doesn't quite hit, you throw in a little more ice, you'll be surprised. Welcome, Kathy. Glad you can make it. You're just in time for this cocktail that apparently was a favorite of Julia Childs.
Yeah. Well, something very similar to Julia Child's favorite drink.
So very similar. Oh, that's true. You are.
We're adding just a little bit of our own spin to it, but
a little flair
from the French chef.
The French chef herself. Yeah. No, this is gonna be good. The old switcheroo. It's just a fun word to say too. Switcheroo. And technically, Evan, if you think about it, for this we pulled the old switcheroo for this episode because we're doing it on Saturday.
Very true.
Instead of Friday. So it works on many levels.
Well, the air is full of orange zest, which is very nice.
Great.
Smells pretty good.
Smells very good.
So I say, while these are cold, we're gonna go ahead and down these. Cheers, everybody. This is the old switcheroo.
Cheers.
That's an adult drink for sure.
That is an adult drink.
But I feel if you can keep it cold enough, and that's a challenge doing it here in the studio.
In the studio where it gets hot.
If you keep this ice cold, it's really pretty good.
So you're telling me that I have to drink it relatively fast so that it'll stay cold?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, well, I'll try. I'll do my best, Evan. I can't make any promises, but I'll certainly try.
Winston Churchill's going to be so disappointed in you.
And thank you, Bee's Nest.
Thank you,
I
Bee's
really
Nest.
Appreciate that super chat.
Hey, you.
Cheers to you, Bee's Nest. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not bad, but you're right. It's an adult beverage for sure.
Yeah, there's a mixer in this one. It's every ingredient except for the orange peel has alcohol in it.
Well, Evan, you're telling me you didn't soak these peels in alcohol before you got here? I'm really disappointed in you, man.
Yeah, I'm just doing it right now.
Yeah, I mean,
they have alcohol in them now.
So what you're saying is, by the time we finish them, then we can eat the peel.
Yeah, you can just eat the peel.
Terrific.
That's the appeal.
Get out. No,
all right, I'll see you.
I'll see you guys next Friday. Oh, dude, no, that's actually good. I think that'll go well. Drink it quickly. So it'll be good. Drunk Review, welcome, Drunk Review. Glad that you could make it here tonight. I know Drunk Review's got a little stream going on tonight, so be sure to pop in on that. We're always happy to give anybody like a shout out. You got stuff going on. Drunk Reviews every weekend got movies. And Gypsy J and
y'all's way.
Yep, Serial Cinema One. We got we got a nice little community here. So appreciate you being here, Drunk Review. But we're getting ready to get into tonight's movie, which is again Man with Two Lives from 1942. And it's one I really didn't know about until like the last year or two. Like it's not really on any.
What year are we looking at again?
42.
42. Okay, yeah. So these are right in our poverty row era.
Exactly. Other poverty row movies from 42. The Mad Monster, that was like a werewolf movie. There's some mystery things. There's a few stuff, but this was not one on my radar. And I mean, it's not even in the book, the Poverty Road's horror book that we I've used as my source for all the Poverty Row horror. They don't even have it in the appendix. It's not even in the. There's like they have a whole section dedicated to movies that kind of, but not really, fall into the category of like horror, but they kind of have some spooky overtones. This isn't even there. So I don't know if it's one that kind of was lost up until the last
certain point, like
15 years. I mean, this book I
after
think
that
was
book
published
was
in the 90s, so it definitely could have maybe flown under the 93. This book was from 93, so it could have flown under the radar up until that point. So again, we're gonna be judging this together based on the knowledge of what we've seen on the show and other horror movies, obviously, that have come after this and that are not public domain. But it'll be cool. Again, I think we're going to see, and we're going to get into movies that maybe inspired tonight's movie. And obviously the trailers we saw for our pre-roll, The Walking Dead with Boris Karloff, and Black Friday with Boris Karloff. Welcome, Andy, the man with two livers. That would be.
We might need two livers.
Yeah, with all this. Seriously. Yeah, it's. I don't know. For whatever reason, Boris Karloff pops up in a number of these movies. I don't know if it's the Frankenstein thing, which again, it does in some ways come back to Frankenstein. You could argue, I feel like you could make an argument for saying that Frankenstein could be considered body horror.
Yeah,
right?
okay, sure.
A body horror story.
Yeah.
And so obviously Karloff kind of carried that role and playing both that, person experiencing the horror, but also the person creating the horror.
So, in Frankenstein, do we know for sure that the lightning bolt, when the lightning bolt strikes the thing and, zaps the monster to life, are we sure that that's what did it and there wasn't just a criminal being executed, a few miles away?
Well, Evan, it's funny that you bring that up because they explored that in film. We'll kind of get into that a little bit. I think it's interesting. It's interesting you brought that up. But yeah, there's something, to that idea of, because it's even in this movie, like, yes, we're talking about like a soul swap kind of thing, but also a person's being brought back to life from the dead. And that's just like part of the setup, right? Like, and he's not a zombie. It's just, they did it, it's not like they did it and it went horribly wrong because of the whatever procedure. It's like it went horribly wrong because somehow it was hijacked by.
This whole thing's just kind of a coincidence. They're just.
I don't know. We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
so
very curious now. Yeah, I hadn't
really
really considered
how this works.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I think we're gonna have fun with it. It's gonna be good. But anything before we get into the exciting beginning of The Man with Two Lives, Evan?
For a movie this obscure, if maybe if it's like really, really good, it's like a hidden gem. If we're able to popularize it, you could say that we're giving this film 2 lives.
Oh. Look at that.
So we'll see. We'll see if it deserves 2 lives.
It'll be up to you to decide. So, I think, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of The Man with Two Lives. Right now.
Cool.
Open it with a bang, man.
Those were the 2 lives.
That was like what, a 10-second pre-credit sequence? I'll take it. That was kind of wild, honestly. So there's not really any names, like big names here. There's no horror stars here. We'll kind of get into that tonight. It's kind of interesting, but there's some faces maybe will be familiar to viewers out there. So we'll get into the people in the film tonight. People involved in making it. Cinematographer Harry Newman, we've seen. His last film was The Lost Woman, which we've seen. He's also shot The Great Alaskan Mystery, which we're watching on Thursday nights. We've seen some films by Phil Rosen as well. He did Spooks Run Wild. The East Side Kids. Bear with us. Oh, we got some Strickfaden equipment up in here? I didn't see anything on the IMDb about Strickfaden equipment. Is that a heart?
Oh, Reg, come here and look at this.
Why, it's functioning splendidly. That dog's heart hasn't missed a beat in 189 days.
And just think what this will mean to humanity. If we can revive in the human anatomy hearts which have stopped functioning. And I'm certain we can. Oh, don't you think you'd better run along now? You haven't much time to dress for your brother's dinner.
Aren't you coming with me?
I'll be along shortly. I have a few things to attend to first.
All right.
Mr. Philip Bennett to see you, Dr. Clark.
Oh, have him come in.
Hello, Phil. Hello, Reg.
Still puttering around with those artificial organs, huh? Why don't you save living ones instead of giving life to dead ones? Not half as fascinating. How are you, Philip?
What brings you up here at this time?
Well, I know how Dr. Clark feels about any sort of social function, so I thought I'd stop by and ensure the pleasure of his company this evening, by force if necessary. Well, that'll not be necessary. As a matter of fact, I was just about to leave with Reg. I wish I weren't so squeamish. I could be working here right now with the great Dr. Clark.
What's wrong with being third vice president of Dad's bank?
Oh, just a sinecure, that's all. I'd give anything to be doing the kind of work you're doing, experimenting with the unknown. Well, perhaps you should have finished your medical course.
Who, him? You should have seen him the first time he walked into a dissecting room. He knocked 6 students over in his haste to get out.
Can't stand the sight of blood. Does something to me inside.
Just a softie.
A rather commendable trait. Shall we go?
All right. I'll drop you off at the apartment, give you a chance to change into your dinner clothes.
Oh, I knew there was a catch to it.
Why? It's already very strange.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention for just a moment, please? It gives me extreme pleasure to announce the engagement of Miss Louise Hammond to my son, Philip.
Congratulations, Phil.
Congratulations.
You're a lucky fellow, Philip. If Louise hadn't fallen for you, I might have stood a chance.
Reggie's in love with you, you know. Fine situation, isn't it? My brother in love with my future wife.
At least it'll ensure harmony in
My
the
future
family.
Well, that's a
wife.
consoling thought.
Oh, I'm sure you'll survive the blow without any severe damage.
I'm wounded for life. I've already resigned myself to the life of a bachelor.
They make a charming couple, don't you think, Professor Toller?
Perfectly suited for one another.
Right. Besides that, they're very much in love.
Tommy work at a bank?
I think that's
Huh?
rather important, too.
Tommy work at a
But
bank?
then, anyone could see that at a glance. Especially
Yeah,
the
he
great
did. He was a
psychoanalyst
banker.
of
That's
Europe.
right. Yeah, it's a good point, Evan. It's just the room. But, like, what would have happened
But I keep
after
forgetting
Tommy's
that you deal mainly in
accident?
repressions. Have you encountered any new ones lately?
Sorry,
Be
Johnny.
amazed at the number
Right,
of persons
Johnny.
who suffer from repressions without even being aware of them. You know, they're prone to blame their misfortunes and unhappiness on, anything from indigestion to the neighbor's piano playing, without realizing that's something that they innocently carry up here.
And how do you manage to drag it out of them, Professor?
Merely by permitting them to talk about themselves.
Strictly between ourselves. Don't you think that a bicarbonate would be a quicker and much more effective cure?
My dear doctor, you constantly belittle my profession without making any effort to understand what it's all about. I venture to say that even you could stand the services of a good psychoanalyst.
I? Well, I have no repressions.
Oh, but you do have delusions.
Delusions?
Whoa.
Yes. Aren't you, even at the present time, conducting experiments that you hope will someday be perfect
Delusions
enough
of
to enable you
adequacy.
to revive the dead heart of a human being, thereby reviving life?
It's perfect enough for that right now. I've already brought dogs, rabbits, and cats back to life. They're running around my laboratory now just as spry as they ever were.
Proves my point. Since when has man had the right to bring back life after it has been taken away by the Creator? You must realize that there's something more than mere physical being involved in this. My dear doctor, you do suffer from delusions. But beware, I warn you, work to ease the pain of the living, not to bring back the dead.
You forget, Professor, that I am a doctor, and as such, I'm concerned purely with the physical.
Oh, now, come, you two. This is a party, not a debate.
I'm here for it. This is getting very philosophical.
Did you play something for us, Louise?
What did that trailer say in the beginning? The sinister hand of science.
Yeah.
No, what did it? I don't know. It said something that just made it sound like science was bad. Yeah, Lauren, I love getting into philosophical debates and parties. I really do, actually. It's fun. What is it?
Guys at midnight.
I could be in my lab right now.
Who dies, Doctor? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to say anything. I was thinking about a chap by the name of Panino, Wolf Panino. He's going to be electrocuted at midnight.
How dreadful.
Panino. I've read a great deal about him. His criminal activities. He's an interesting case, isn't he, Doctor?
A congenital killer. A man whose hands have accounted for a dozen known deaths, and heaven only knows how many more.
Do you happen to know what drove him to a life of crime?
Apparently some insane pathological urge to kill. He was born and raised in the slums. Even the members of his own gang lived in deadly fear of him, not knowing when he was going to turn on one of them.
And he is to be executed tonight?
At midnight.
How do you know so much about him?
I called on him secretly in his death cell 2 days ago.
Why?
Well, I didn't know that.
I didn't want anybody to know anything about it.
Why
I
are
was
you
ready.
telling everybody
I
at the
wanted
party?
him to donate his body to medical science, to learn that if, after he had been pronounced dead, I could bring him back to life. Called me a screwball.
But even if you'd been successful and had he been willing, he'd have only returned to his former mode of living and would have had to been executed again.
True. But it would prove that we can bring back the lives of men
Why?
desperately
Why?
worthless,
Yeah.
because they have something worthwhile to offer humanity.
Yet there is no proof that any
If
man
there was
once
a
brought back
Karloff
from
or
the
a
dead
Lugosi
returned
playing
to
the
his old mode of
scientist,
living.
it would be
I'm
this would be a
beginning to believe the
classic.
professor subscribes to the theory of transmigration of the soul.
Transmigration is something that is beyond our knowledge in our present form. I do, however, believe in the immortality of the soul.
No. Professor, would you have me worry about the soul as well
We
as the
are
body?
getting very philosophical
I must say,
tonight.
this is a
Now we're
cheerful
talking about the
discussion.
soul. We just
Our
jumped
engagement
right
party?
into it.
Let's drop it and have some
This is a
fun.
great party.
Wow, I'm digging this so far. Oh, is that a zombie dog?
Hello, Zero. Boy, thought you'd be asleep by now.
I can see where you're going to spoil him terribly.
Oh, don't worry about that. We're great pals. We understand each other thoroughly, don't we, huh?
I guess it's time your Aunt Margaret took herself off to bed. Now, don't stay up too late, you two.
No, I've got to leave right away. I've got an early appointment in the morning.
Good night, darling.
Good night, Aunt Margaret.
Good night.
Good night.
Come on, Zero.
Happy?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I hate to leave. I never seem to get enough of you.
I'll remind you of that after we're married.
This is one love that marriage won't cure.
It's corny.
Good night, dear.
Good night, darling.
Night.
Steering wheel is huge. Love
A
it.
special news bulletin from the state capitol. Governor Mason has refused the plea of Wolf Panino's attorneys for a last-minute reprieve, and the killer will be executed at midnight tonight.
Well, it seems we're always the last ones to leave.
Yes, I'm afraid we've outworn our welcome. Nonsense. You two are my dearest friends.
You know, you're welcome here anytime.
I don't know of anything more interesting than your constant discussions.
Well, when you reach our age, you'll discover that life holds many insoluble problems, and that our discussions about them are merely a feeble means of searching for some solution. That's right.
I'm here for that. I feel that.
Good night. Good night.
Ah! Wait, what?
Whoa!
Why is he right there?
Why, it's Philip's car.
Did he just oh no, he was back at her house. Oh my god.
Reg, get your medical kit.
Wow, what a coincidence.
He was like looking down. I don't understand how.
He was looking at his phone.
That's what I thought. He looked like he was looking down at his phone, but they didn't have phones. What was going on?
He was looking at his book.
I guess.
trying to read by the street lamp.
I gotta see how this ends. Oh, it made me sick. I got sick just doing that. Ugh.
That will not be of any use now. Shock killed him instantly.
Taco pizza? Have you ever had taco pizza?
It can't be. It's
It sounds
impossible.
familiar.
It sounds good. I've not tried it. It's funny. I guess everybody had pizza for dinner. I also had pizza for dinner.
Damn, makes me want to go get pizza after this.
Pizza night.
You said you could bring back life to dead hearts, make them beat again.
I said I succeeded in doing so with animals.
You said you could do it with human beings. I heard you. Tonight,
It's on taco
you
pizza.
were certain you could revive Benino, a killer. Well, if you can revive a killer, why not kill him? A boy who has everything to live for. You said your ultimate desire was to restore the lives of those who are worthwhile.
Bring back my
is someone
son.
worthwhile? Restore him.
I can make the heart function again, only if none of the other vital organs have been injured.
You said he died of shock.
Yes. But I'd have to be certain, very certain.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dr. Clark, we can make certain of that in a few minutes. You know we can. Every moment counts.
Yes.
You've always wanted an opportunity. Well, here it is.
Yeah, you were
No,
ready to
that's a
resurrect a
dead
murderer, and now
statement.
you're worried about
He is my son.
your friend's
I
son.
want him to live. Well,
What do you got to
doctor,
lose?
Very well. I'll try.
I'll get my car and bring it around to the house.
Yes, hurry.
Panino refused me. And now...
I agree, Sears, although I know many also disagree. I like a good pineapple pizza.
Yeah, the scream stream is down with pineapple pizza.
We have
endorse it.
explored this topic in the past. I forgot about that. Oh shit, here we go.
Ilana, do you guys have spaghetti pizza out there?
Read all about it. Panino going to chair at midnight. Killer to burn. Get your paper. Extra. Read all about it. Panino going to chair at midnight. Killer to burn.
Get your paper. This is the shock of the accident killed him instantly.
It's not the accident itself.
No, he's physically
totally
he's
fine.
fine. He was just scared to death.
The crash really wasn't even that bad. He just got a little scared.
He just popped over the curve a little bit. Just tilt that car back on all fours. And just things are indestructible back there.
Taco pizza sounds delicious. Spaghetti pizza is not a real thing, as far as I know.
It could be.
It could be.
What?
He lives.
I wish we would have gotten some more machine action during all that.
Yeah.
How do you do, Professor
Do the machines even do it?
Beneden? He's in the drawing room, sir.
They had that one light.
Thank you, sir.
Well, how are you, Hobart? Hello, Red. Hello, Professor.
Hobart.
Sit down.
How is it
Not
today?
Hobart. Hobart.
I don't know, change at all. You know, it's been 5 days since this happened. You know, I can't understand it.
Louise is with him now. Dr. Clark took her into him.
Did he recognize Louise? Did she arouse any memories?
He acted the same with her as he did with us.
It's as if he'd never seen her before. She had to be introduced.
He remembered nothing?
We had to tell him she was his fiancée.
Does she know the reason?
Not even she must know. No one must know the truth. Remember that. We're telling everyone he's suffering from amnesia caused by the accident.
Yes, it's better that way. If the truth were to become known, the world would look upon him as a ghostly freak.
Dr. Clark has agreed to say nothing of this. In fact, he prefers it that way.
He wants to study the
I'm sure he
results of this
does.
experiment even before announcing it to the medical world.
Well,
Hello, Doctor.
hello, Professor. How is he?
Physically, he's all that could be desired. He's as well now as he ever was in his previous existence. But mentally...
No improvement at all?
None. His mind seems to be engulfed in a mist which is impenetrable.
Well, perhaps it's only a question of time until something occurs that will recall him to himself.
Perhaps. But in the meantime, it's frightening. Why don't you speak with him? Maybe if you were to probe at his subconscious memory, you could get him to...
I'd be delighted if there's no objection.
Oh, none at all. We must try every means.
But
Oh, I'd
remember,
love
he
to
won't
get in
recognize
there.
you.
Oh, I understand that, Doctor.
It was the first time we'd met. You asked for an introduction.
I've been
We danced
chomping at
together
the
all evening.
bit to analyze this
You
guy.
insisted on walking home with me, and we walked all the way in the
Yeah,
snow.
Sears, if I could fit a pizza
said you
oven
didn't
here
mind
in the
the
studio,
snow and cold.
I would.
Oof.
Or anything, as long
So
as I was
good.
beside you.
But we know we can't
Do you
eat on
remember?
the stream. Just can't. We've done it.
Don't you remember? Don't you? He's been standing like that ever since you left.
I want Professor Toller to talk to him alone.
I understand.
Philip. Philip.
Hello.
This is Professor Toller. He's a friend of yours. Hello, Philip. I'll leave you two alone.
Won't you sit down, Philip?
I'd rather stand.
In order that you may feel perfectly at ease, I want to assure you that outside of Dr. Clark, I've been closer to your family than anyone else. I've watched you grow from a boy of 10. Now, suppose you tell me what you've been thinking of since your accident.
I don't know. It's all confused.
Well, try and go back a bit. Maybe we can strike a responsive chord. Something that will penetrate all this confusion. Do you remember anything of the time you spent at Croton Prep School?
Never heard of the place.
Do you recall anything of your years at the university?
No, not a thing.
Why are you looking out there? What are you looking at? What is it that attracts you? What do you think of when you look out there? What comes to your mind first?
Questions. Questions, that's all I get. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Well, I don't remember anything, and I don't care. Do you understand? Now get out of here and leave me alone. Go on, get out.
Damn.
I never heard him shout like that before.
Why, he was always fond of Professor Toller. Why should he order him out?
Can't understand it. Can't. Others, impossible. Oh, I must put it out of my mind.
What's impossible, Professor?
Nothing. I was just thinking out loud.
Do you think he'll recover soon? People do get over amnesia, don't they?
Amnesia? Oh, yes, it is amnesia in a way. But don't worry, my dear. It's only a question of time.
I just woke up on the wrong side of the grave.
Welcome, James. Welcome, Sally. Oh, James, you've been in here. Hope you're doing well. Hello,
Going
Sally.
out for a walk. Tired being cooped up in there.
Well, I think it'll do you good. I'll go with you.
I'll go alone if you don't mind.
Oh, of course.
But you can't. You know, not after your memory and all that. Well, someone must go with you.
No one must go with me. I insist on it. But Phil, for heaven's sake, leave me alone. If I want to go out by myself, I'll do so.
Why,
Why, Phil?
Just as I thought. The same direction that he was looking out of the window.
He's hailing a cab.
Dang. One of the hardest the city.
Keep on driving
It's a
till I
very
tell you to stop.
elaborate prison escape.
Ding, ding.
Pull up over here, driver.
Pull up over here, driver. And that is gonna take us to our first break. So we're a third of the way through. Man with Two Lives. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
Hey, this film it's moving. It's not going slow here.
You know these Poverty Row horror movies, you got an hour.
Yeah.
So now we've seen
a
that
lot of time.
We've seen that hour get stretched
Mm-hmm.
for sure, but this has been a pretty economical, like 20 minutes. They've had a lot going on, and yeah, I mean the whole setup's done. He's died. He's been brought back, but there's a change. Something's different about him. Something's different about Phil. What could it be?
How awful about Phil?
How awful about Phil? There definitely, obviously, is like a psychological angle to all this. I don't know. Again, maybe that's baked into the whole body horror thing. I mean, where do you feel like we're kind of falling on that? Like in terms of
body
and just
horror.
as we get into kind of thinking about different like subgenres of horror. I mean, it's a little. I mean, I don't know. We didn't really see like any mechanisms. It's just like, oh yeah, the killer's being executed at midnight, and then he's brought back at midnight, and there wasn't anything that like the doctor visited the killer. That's the only connection to like them. So is it just kind of just as they were saying, soul transference? It just happens at will, I guess. I don't know.
Just had the soul was in the right place at the right time.
I guess so.
Just happened to be flying by an empty body.
Right.
Yeah. So what happened to the other guy's soul? Just gone.
But that's the thing. Are they sharing it?
That soul died when he had the heart attack.
Oh, sorry, fat fingers. Yes, it did. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, different directions. This could go. You know, are they both still in there? Is he just gone? Or are we not just not gonna worry about it?
Right.
But it's interesting. You know, we're flirting with a lot of different things here. We've talked about psychology and philosophy and it's.
I feel like we're getting into interesting territory when we start thinking about because we've talked about body horror in the past and the origins of it with most recently Hands of Orlac, which very much that idea of innocent person, crazed killer, somehow by virtue of getting the killer's hands, now they think that they're possessed by the killer. They feel the compulsion to kill. I mean,
yeah. Which I mean, similar here. But I mean, this guy. I mean, he's just like a whole different person now. Which what's also interesting is if you think about it, like this kind of thing just happens in real life. Plenty of people get into a bad car accident, survive it, but their brain gets scrambled and their personality just completely changes.
That's true.
An instant.
That's true. It's a good point. You can't underestimate a traumatic head injury. It is kind of the wild thing is just this where you get into the sci-fi of all this, like just like getting into very practical kind of things, because you think of, again, another example I think that is good of something we've watched before that fits into all this is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? That idea of your kind of transformation that can occur because of some I mean, in that case it's induced chemically, right? But through some kind of transformation, you kind of have this crazy person running around, more or less.
Yeah, well, he had two lives.
Right.
He was a man with two lives.
He was a man with two lives. It's a great point. Yes, good old Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I think that obviously, again, those are based on older stories. So I think that obviously those ideas kind of had been planted pretty well in literature up to this point. And both of those stories had already been adapted multiple times before we got tonight's film. So I think that, you kind of, the groundwork had been laid for a story, like, because that's always my thing, is like when you got a plot that's kind of out there, kind of like wild, how do we get there, right? It's always interesting to trace that. And so I think that obviously those movies kind of lay the groundwork, for both like supernatural and more sci-fi ways of looking at it. But then and we haven't really got into it yet, but what we're looking at here is the idea of like possession, right? To an extent. The idea that you're like, I think you made a great point that it's not just like he's himself, but then there's moments where he's like switching.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's just a completely different person.
Yeah, it's like the other guy's just gone.
He's just
at least
gone
to now.
Right. And I think that's an important distinction, because it's like a lot of body horror, or a lot of it, there's more like a gradual change. So I don't know. We'll see if they do that differently. But this just almost seems a little more like, even possession is like possession movies, you'll see it gradually. But once it like goes hardcore, it's like that the possessing figure just takes over completely. Mm-hmm. But if maybe we've just jumped to that. But it's so maybe this isn't quite a possession story, but we'll see. I think we've still got time. But again, even before tonight's movie, audiences at this time were familiar with that in horror ways and other ways. And that leads us into the trailers that we're going to see for our break. And the first is for 1933 film entitled Supernatural, which is from the makers of White Zombie. And it's about a murderess, like a Black Widow killer who is executed, and she possesses a woman to get revenge on her spiritualist con man ex. And so that movie, I haven't seen it before. It wasn't well received, but it looks like a good movie, like a really solid movie. It's I think Paramount made it. White Zombie was that successful that Paramount was like, all right, we'll let you make a horror film for us. And it didn't do well, so that's why you didn't get more movies from those guys. But there's a moment in that where the female killer she was electrocuted, she's like brought back to life. But then she possesses this woman, and then so you kind of see some similar things there. But I think probably a fairly large influence on this film came out the year before, and it's not a horror film, but it more or less is about like soul transference, spirit possession. And that's a 1941 film entitled Here Comes Mr. Jordan. And it's about I believe he's a boxer who dies, and then Mr. Jordan, who is like an angel played by Claude Rains, is like, well, I'll give you a second chance by putting your soul into the body of this guy that's just been murdered. And he's like, he's rich, but he's not a good guy. Nobody likes him. So his soul gets put into this guy, and he makes him like a good guy, right? Like he changes the dude's life for the better, because his soul and
it's
like
a wonderfuler life.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like there were a lot of these movies in Hollywood at the time, but you start playing with things that are a little more like, this is like body swap, soul transference by way of the divine, right? Like both of these trailers that we're gonna see, it's more supernatural divine than scientific, right? Like, and I think there's an important distinction, and I don't think we are able to make that with what we've seen in the movie yet. And I don't know if we'll get enough context to make that distinction, but that'll be part of the fun in going through it. But I think that's what we're kind of getting into in these breaks, is like that distinction between more
the righteous hand of faith and the sinister hand of science.
You can't say it any better than that. You really can't. Both of these trailers are pretty good. I think you're gonna like them. So we're gonna get these two trailers, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into the exciting middle of Man with Two Lives. So stick around. We'll be right back.
She may be more dangerous now than when they had her locked in a cell.
Hammond wants our money. He murdered me. You are next.
What's this?
Right into the thick of a murder.
Is it going on right now?
Yes.
Right here in this house?
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing it?
His wife and the man she's in love with. They're drowning him in the bathtub.
Holy cow.
No, Joe Pendleton, Robert Montgomery to you, wants no part of that setup. That is, he thinks he doesn't, until he sees a girl named Betty.
I didn't come here so much to thank you as to... because I had to see you again.
But that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And here comes Max Corkle, Joe's lifetime friend and ex-manager, who thinks Joe cracked up in his plane. Joe is having a hard time convincing him he's wrong. Listen.
Oh, what's the matter with your eyes, you big sap? I'm not Farnsworth. I'm Joe Pendleton. You're Joe.
You're nuts, Mr. Farnsworth.
Wait a minute, I'll prove it to you.
You always hit that note sour. Joe. It's you. Joe.
Robert Montgomery, a fellow named Joe you'll be tickled to know. Claude Rains as genial Mr. Jordan. Evelyn Keyes, a beauty named Betty. James Gleason, loyal Max Corkle. Rita Johnson, Edward Everett Horton, John Emery, and Donald McBride.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for, why am I blanking on the first one? Supernatural, and Here Comes Mr. Jordan. So
here he comes.
Here he comes.
Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a very solid Hollywood movie. And it was remade like many times. Like Warren Beatty did a version of it called Heaven Can Wait. Chris Rock did a version in 2001 called Down to Earth. He's like a stand-up comedian that gets killed and then put in the body of a rich white guy. And it's they you know, again, they had fun with it. There's I couldn't find a trailer for it, but one of the movies that we've had on Wheel of Movies, Angel on My Shoulder, it's like a reverse of that, where, it's like a gangster, or it's like a gangster's killed, and then has like a good guy's soul put into his body, or I don't know. It's something. It's like a reverse, but it's got Claude Rains playing like the devil version of the angel version that he played in Here Comes Mr. Jordan. So, you know, there's something to be said for, at some point in the public consciousness, there's a fascination with this idea of soul transference, right? And maybe that led more people into being susceptible to accepting something like possession as a real thing that could happen. And then, you know, then you get into the more religious angles of it, and then you get The Exorcist, and you get these 70s. But again, this is the beauty of, we kind of track what we see in the movies, and we kind of track like what was in the psyche of the pop culture at the time. It's just
I mean, possession's a pretty old idea, like in general.
It's true.
Like there's a possession story in the Bible.
Oh, okay. I mean, is it any good stuff? Any you know, like revenge murder or mutilation?
Nothing that interesting, I'd say. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if which demon it is that's possessing the person, if it's Legion or if it's a different one. But
okay,
I don't know. Somebody's possessed, and I want to say Jesus exorcises them. Somebody exorcises them. The demon comes out,
and we know there's a resurrection story in there too. So I don't know. Is this just a very modern retelling of the Bible? Is that what tonight's film is? But science is the evil hand in the mix. I don't know. Find out.
Yeah, it's too bad. After he's crucified, nobody else happened to be getting resurrected at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
That's why the disciples didn't recognize him in the garden. Hey, I hopped into another
body. It's like you're
body.
a completely different person. I don't even recognize you. When they said they didn't recognize him, what they meant was, no, but this has been fun. I mean, again, it's just an interesting plot to like have in your movie. This idea of body swap. So whatever. Hopefully, we can get a little more granular as we get into the second third here and nailing down exactly the mechanisms at play. But
yeah, I mean, they may just leave it completely vague. I'm intrigued to see what direction they're gonna go. Like, I feel like there's so many different ways you could play this. Like, so far, you know, our resurrected murderer, he seems, you know, he's a little thrown, trying to get his bearings in his new body, but he's not losing that much momentum.
No.
And I don't want to, you know, we're trying to say how much body horror is this. I feel like if you get put in a different body and you're like, oh, what am I? This is terrible. I hate this. Like, that's body horror. But if you're 100%. Like, if you get put in a new body and you're like, okay, I can work with this, not really body horror.
Right. Well, again, and I think that's where you bring up like to what degree was the person who originally was their body, are they still in there, right? Because if they're in there and they can register what is happening to them, to me that's the like if you're still in there, but yeah, if you're just totally gone and they've co-opted you, then yeah, it's just like, oh, new vessel, let's go. Like, I think always being able to see the other person in there, like fighting it. Like, they don't want to be going through this, but the other, and again, I mean, possession stories, you think about The Haunted Palace with Vincent Price, right? The adaptation of Charles Dexter Ward, and the way that Price plays, you can tell he's like, when he breaks out of, he's like, oh God, this is awful, I'm being possessed, I don't want to go through this again. And then he gets possessed again. And, it's so fun to watch that kind of, performance. And I think, I don't know if we're going to get that here. I hope we do, but we'll see. Anything, wait, did I ask you anything before we get into it? Yeah.
No.
Okay, anything before we get into it, Evan?
I did have one thing I was wondering about. Do we happen to know, we don't, but do we know if our criminal was married before he died? Because what the hell happens there?
What? That's a good point. What made you?
If you're put into the body of somebody else, but you're married to you're married to somebody before, but then the body that you're in is married or at least engaged to somebody else. Who are you married to? Are you a man with 2 wives?
You're a bigamist. Could you get put in jail for that?
He's gonna get executed again.
Like they said, if you resurrect a killer, he's just gonna kill, and they're gonna have to execute him again.
Recidivism here is ridiculous.
It's inevitable. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting middle of Man with 2 Lives right now.
All right.
Sporaddies. Sporadies? Sporaddies. How do you say it?
Hey, since when you been getting the carriage straight?
I never saw him before.
Hey, pal, regulars only.
Do you want anything?
Yeah, bourbon.
His suit's way too fancy to be in a place like this. Oh, hey now. Damn. Pull up a seat, man.
Hey, what's the big idea? Scram out of here.
We're old friends. We'd like to be left alone.
You're gonna stab me with a butter knife?
All right, boys. Why'd you stare at me like that?
I don't know. Felt I had to talk to you.
Well, I guess I ought to feel complimented, especially coming from a man of your sort.
My sort?
Anybody could tell by just looking at you and hearing you talk that you don't belong in a dump like this. What did you come here for?
Maybe I came here to meet you.
You sure know how to hand it out, don't you? What's your name, anyway?
My name's Philip Brown.
You could have said Jones.
Yes, I could have, but I happened to think of Brown first. Live around here?
Yeah, just around the corner. My name's Helen Langle, and it's no phony.
Not married, are you?
Are you taking the census around here?
No, just curious.
Well, I met a lot of funny ducks in my day, but you sure take the cake. Maybe you might be interested to know that I was sort of engaged until a few days ago. Yeah, to Wolf Panino.
What happened? He walk out on you?
Say, don't you read the papers? He was burned. Sent to the chair. They called him a killer.
Not a very nice guy to have as a husband.
Oh, I don't know. Treated me nice enough. Of course, sometimes I think he talked about getting married just to make me feel good. You know, respectable.
Kind of fond of him, huh?
Yeah, I was. But, well, here I am back in circulation again.
Must get kind of lonely at times. I'd like to see you often.
Kind of sudden, ain't it?
No, I don't think so. You know, I feel as though I've known you for a long time. As if we were friends. Old friends. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah. That's funny. I feel the same way about you.
Soulmates. Yeah, Elon, I thought the same thing. I thought the movie from Home Alone was a real movie. For the longest time. It was real.
I definitely, when I was younger, thought it was, and then I
up there
had
I
to look
wouldn't if I
into
were
it
Why not?
and like
That's
confirm.
where the Panino gang
okay,
hangs
no.
out. Mitch Larson's running them now, and he don't
They
like
do a
strangers
great
to bust
job.
in on
Like
him.
they replicate that
You wait
look.
here till I get back. We're going out.
The acting is so hilarious too. It's just so great. It's awesome. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Sis.
Who can that be? Maybe a cop.
Sporady would have tipped us off. Besides, that's the signal. Open it.
Uh-oh.
How'd you know the signal?
Signal?
Yeah. You knocked too long and too short.
Did I? I wasn't aware of it. I just knocked.
What do you want?
I thought you might need some help. I came to join up with you.
Come to join up with us, huh? Just like that. What do you think this is, Boys Town?
How do we know you're not a dick?
You don't yet.
You don't
Trying to
yet.
pull off. Go on. Get out. Beat it. Don't.
I don't like to be pushed around. And another thing. I don't take orders, I give them. Any objections? You'll be making a mistake if you have. He wasn't the kind of man to lead you. I am. Together we can go places.
He's just killed their leader. Is like, all right, I'm in.
Gimpy. You weren't getting anywhere with Mitch anyways. What do you say, boys?
Mitch wasn't.
What do you say, boy?
That's Jess. That guy's Tim. Hi. That's Eric and Hugo. They're brothers.
Hi. I'm Philip Brown. Well, what do you got lined up?
Well, there was a diamond grab we had planned, and the whole point about it is timing.
Well, we're into penny stock schemes, and he like doesn't know their racket until he gets involved, and then he finds out that it's something lame.
I was just waiting here to find out one way or the other.
It's the other. There's no more Mitch.
Are you kidding?
I'm heading them now, just like your old friend Panino.
Joe, what?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Say,
knock
just
over a
who are
parking
you,
meter.
anyway?
I told you.
Yeah, I know, Philip Brown. Well, whoever you are, Mr. Brown, you sure got what it takes.
I got what it takes where you're concerned.
Suppose you find out for yourself.
I will. Come on, let's get out of here.
Whoa, there was some innuendo there. Who needs fog when you can just have somebody blow some cigarette smoke?
What did you stop for?
Strange. I feel as if I'd been here before.
Well, that is funny. I live in this house.
Let's go in.
Well, say, we going out first?
Well, there's plenty of time for that right now. I'd like to see your place. Mind?
You don't waste any time, do you? Well, all right. But don't forget, I'd like to go out.
Oh, Thomas. Yeah, I saw that Kenny Duncan was in here. I didn't know when he'd
Phew.
pop up.
Just like Panino.
Billed as the meanest man
Say,
in
if I
movies.
didn't know better,
Wait,
I'd swear it was him.
she said he kisses like the
yeah.
guy. Is that it? Because that's in your soul. Your kisses are in your soul. That's got to be a song, right? Soul kisses.
Sit there and keep it running. Sure it's up there?
Yeah.
Or kisses from my soul.
Big enough to knock your eyes out.
Well, we'll save them the job of finishing. Take that and anything else that's around, but don't stay too long.
Once we get into the back and get that elevator switch working, it's a cinch.
All right, I'll keep the building clear. If you hear the horn, duck.
He's going to be the lookout. Because he's just a good guy. You look at him immediately, you're like, what's a fine, upstanding man like this? He's not doing anything bad at this time of night hanging outside of this fucking bank or wherever they're at. Are they robbing one of his father's banks?
Want a match, officer?
Sure. You must have been working late tonight.
Yeah, just on my way home.
Tim, what's that? Body number 2?
Yes, yeesh.
Just
Big haul, eh? Yeah, bigger than you think. Split up my share, boys.
Where do you live? I didn't mean nose into your business. I just wanted to drop you
never
off.
mind.
Drop me at the next corner.
You mind if I say something?
No, go ahead.
It's bad business shooting a cop, especially when you don't have to. He didn't know there was anything wrong. He'd have
That's
passed
that
by in
clear.
a minute.
I imagine he would have. Makes me feel good inside.
It's funny. Panino used to say the same thing. Oh, nothing.
Yeah, just don't even talk to him.
We've been waiting for you. Where have you been?
Does it matter?
Why, of course it matters, son. You know, you shouldn't be out so late. Alone? Not since your accident.
Oh, Phil, can't you see we're concerned about you? Why, we were almost going to send the police out to look for you. Where did you go?
I wish you two would mind your own business. I'm fed up with having everybody cluck over me like a bunch of old hens. If I want to go out and stay out, I'll do so.
Dang, Philip.
A crime wave which has aroused the entire city. During the past 2 months, 10 men have been killed indiscriminately. Officers, watchmen, spectators. The cold-blooded callousness with which these crimes were committed have caused both police and newspapers to compare the mysterious leader with the deceased Panino. Early this morning, 2 former members of the Panino mob, Jess Fowler and Tim Martin, were questioned by police and stated that the Panino mob had dispersed after Panino's electrocution. A special squad under Lieutenant Detective Bradley has been assigned to apprehend the criminals and...
It's 2 months now. 2 months. And his conduct becomes more and more extraordinary. Sometimes I can scarcely believe he's my son.
Is he still so brusque?
Yeah, where did the
That's what he
doctor?
is,
The doctor's been
I hate to admit
MIA,
this
it
about
feels
Philip,
like.
But he's often downright offensive. He seems to have no consideration for any of us.
I wonder what he does when he leaves the house.
I wish I knew. Sometimes he's gone for days at a stretch. And when he returns, he refuses to tell us where he's been. He insists it's none of our business.
But it is. It is. We may find in these mysterious disappearances some explanation for his unusual conduct. We must find out where he goes and what he does.
Doctor, is there any earthly reason why Philip shouldn't recollect something of his past?
I'm frank to admit that I'm completely mystified by it.
Surely Professor Toller must have some idea of the cause of Philip's strange behavior.
I've asked him repeatedly.
Yes?
Well, it may be only my imagination, but it seems to me that every time I question him, he seems to be ill at ease and refuses to give me his opinion.
Why?
Well, I've no idea. As I've said, it may be only my imagination. However,
Yeah, Dr.
he was
Toller
most
seemed
anxious to
particularly
hear all about
disturbed.
Philip, and made me promise
And
to
he
keep him
didn't really
informed
say
about his
anything.
conduct in the future.
Hello there.
Hello, hello. Hello. How was the shopping tour?
Wonderful.
Terrible. Take my advice, Dr. Clark. Never go shopping with a woman. They ask your advice about one thing and then turn
Oh,
right
the
around and buy
brother
something
is
else.
getting close to his
Library.
girl.
Is there any change?
No, dear.
I'll go in and talk to
We're
him.
getting some drama.
I've been meaning to ask you this. It's about the plans for our marriage. You see, Philip doesn't remember anything about it, and I... Oh, but of course...
Can we just
if you think
drop
it? Would be
it?
best
Can I
to
marry
decide
your
as we
other
plan,
son?
why,
Louise, tell me, do you still love him?
I think I do, only he's so different. He doesn't seem to be the same Philip I knew.
Then I think we should wait until he's fully recovered.
Yes, that would be advisable.
Yeah, you don't have to marry the traumatized son.
I thought I'd come in and keep you company.
Nice of you. I wondered where you... Get him out. Get him out of here before I... I'm sorry, but that dog, it bothers me. I didn't mean to explode.
It rather startled me, too.
Please, sit down.
Reg and I have been shopping almost all morning.
You've seen quite a bit of my brother, haven't you?
Why, yes. He's such fun. We met quite a few of your friends. They all asked about you and want to know when they could come and see you, but Reg thought it better to wait until you
He's
were fully recovered, and
leering. Yeah. Wow.
What's the matter, Philip? Why do you stare at me like that? Philip, please.
What's the matter?
Well,
You said we were engaged, that you were in love with me.
yes, but...
Well, you afraid of me?
Yikes. That's definitely a yikes.
Philip, let me go, please.
Well, what is it? What happened? Nothing yet.
Oh,
Never
what?
seem to mind your own business.
Philip, how could you?
Oh, Reg.
I tell you, that guy gives me the creeps. I'd give my right arm to know who he is.
If you ever found out, it'd cost you more than that.
Yeah, Kenny Duncan is the guy
Number
in
one
the
takes his
foreground here.
Never figure a guy like that would have a hunk of ice where his heart ought to be.
Funny thing, but every time he walks in that door, I think of Panino.
That's why he gives me the creeps. He uses his rod like Panino did. Doesn't care how often it goes off or in what direction.
Oh, well, what's the difference who he reminds us of?
You got something there. A couple of more months like this, and I'm going to buy a farm somewhere and retire.
Say, what's keeping you, though?
He'll be up in a minute. He's downstairs with Helen.
I don't know any more about him than you do. He just won't spill.
You know, you'd think being as close to him as you are, you'd at least know who he was.
He's the talking kind. Except when he makes love, and then he sticks to the subject.
He's sure strong for you.
What?
Sometimes I think so. And sometimes, you see, I don't give a rap about who he is. That's his business. The thing that burns me up is that he never takes me anyplace. He's afraid to be seen with me.
All we do is bang. We never go out.
I don't mind. What else have I got to do?
Boys upstairs?
Yeah, I'll go up with you.
No, you stay here and keep Helen company. I'll be down in a minute.
Sure, sure.
This movie is
Look at the tourists coming in to see how the other half lives.
wild,
Call this
honestly.
living.
It's very pulpy.
Be back in a minute. Looking for someone?
Yes, my son, Philip Bennett. He just came in here.
Who? Philip Bennett. He's very well dressed, a double-breasted blue suit and a dark hat. He came in just a couple of minutes ago.
Haven't seen him.
I think you must be mistaken. Nobody like that came in here.
We're positive. We saw him enter.
I said nobody like that came in here. You made a mistake. Your eyes must be playing you tricks. Now beat it.
Where?
Never mind. He'll have to come out sometime. Let's wait in that doorway.
Yeah, Sears, I would agree.
The mystery's over.
Huh?
Did you recognize that tall gent?
He ain't exactly in my social circle.
His picture's in the paper, plenty. Hobart Bennett, President, City Security Bank. Big Chief Blue Blood.
What's he doing here?
Looking for his son.
The son here?
Yeah.
You don't mean.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you gonna tell him his father was here?
Me? You think I'm crazy? I ain't sticking my neck out.
Damn, all right. It's things just keep getting interesting.
See you later, Hugo.
Yeah.
Playing it smart, keeping the cards close to the vest until there's an opportunity to use them. Or is he gonna go tell everybody? Hey everybody, guess what?
You go on ahead. I'll catch up with you later.
What were you doing in a place of that sort?
Who told you to follow me?
You haven't been yourself the past weeks. Something is responsible, and we determined to find out. What brings you down here in a section like this?
Yes, what possible reason could you have for coming here?
I like it. Do you understand? I like it, and I don't want you ever to follow me down here. Is that clear?
Leave me alone.
What is this? What is it? If you're in trouble, all you have to do is confide in us. Of course, I realize you're not yourself yet, but your conduct is reprehensible. Striking your brother and running away from us repeatedly as though you couldn't bear our presence? What's at the bottom of all this, son?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Is it that girl?
No, it isn't her. It isn't anyone. It's just that I feel that I must do it. I feel that What's the difference? Why? I like it.
See, he's kind of snapping, trying to like snap
If you ever
out
come
of
down
it.
here again, I won't be responsible for what happens.
Fighting, the soul's fight, trying to fight back.
Make me feel cheap. Always leaving me here and never taking me out.
Told you I had something important to attend to.
Oh, sure. It's always important. But you can't kid me any longer. You're ashamed of me. You're afraid some of your high and mighty friends might see us together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't act so innocent, Mr. Philip Bennett.
Hasn't been like a lot of music in this. Ooh.
What name did you say?
Philip Bennett, that's who you are. And one of those two men was your father. You needn't try to kid me any longer. Gosh, just imagine. Mr. Philip Bennett, leader of the Panino mob, and my boyfriend. Huh, that's a laugh.
You're mistaken.
Oh, no, I ain't. Hugo told me. Your old man came in
The way
straight.
he
He's
turned
looking for
into
you.
that
Hugo
light,
recognized
I gotta
Seen his
remember
picture in
that
the paper
shot.
dozens
That's
of
a
times.
cool thing to do.
Why didn't Hugo tell me?
Well, he figured that if you wanted to keep it a secret, he'd string along with you.
Oh, I see.
Of course, I wouldn't tell anybody. You know you can trust me, don't you, Phil?
Sure, of course. And just to prove that I'm not ashamed of you, I'm going to take you out. We'll do the town from top to bottom.
Oh, baby, won't that be something? I always knew you were a honey.
Love me?
Uh-huh. You're for me, all right.
How about a kiss?
With pleasure, Mr. Bennett. I really go for you, Phil. I really do. More than I ever went to anybody.
Slowly.
How's it tight? Your hands. You're choking me. I know.
Sheesh.
Well, that was the exciting middle of Man with Two Lives. What did we think, Evan?
It's a crazy movie.
Right? There's so much happening. Like, the story is very engaging. Like, there's a lot of stakes,
Yeah,
you know?
it did not lose energy at all.
Not
during
one
the
bit.
second act, which is rare. good.
I mean, we're up to a body count of 3, right? Like, there are probably more in the intermittent time that we don't even know about.
Yeah. I really didn't expect them to go in this. Like, I was joking.
I was gonna ask you,
just,
like, what directions did you expect this?
The fact that they're doing this, like, almost, it's not exactly a love triangle. It's just kind of like using these women.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think they were actually gonna go, since they didn't establish that the killer had a woman in his life.
Well, I mean, did you expect the killer to go back to his old gang and take over and just go back to business as
not
usual?
really.
It's wild, right? But that is the thing about, like, Black Friday, the trailer that we saw at the end of our pre-roll. Like, it's kind of that in a way of the gangster has come back or kind of co-opted this other person, and so he's immediately trying to go back to business as usual with the gang, right? And he's got his mall, the gangster's mall, and it's kind of funny the way that had been established before. That was 2 years before this, but it's funny to me that the doctor just kind of dipped out for a little bit. Like, everybody just kind of let him go, thinking, oh, well, it's the accident, right? Like, he'll be fine. He'll recover.
He'll walk it off.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's funny that he just seems to have totally lost his former personality. He's being guided by, he's lost his former soul. He's being guided by this new soul, but even then, it's not like coming immediately. He's like, well, I don't know why I came to this spot. I was just guided here. But now, like, he's at the point where he's fully locked in. And now that he knows that other people know his identity, he's seeking some, I guess not like revenge, but that's kind of the way that these stories will go. And it's funny because the 2 trailers that we're going to see for our break have already been mentioned in the chat because they go along there's similar threads with those trailers to tonight's movie, to other trailers that we've already shown, with this idea of a criminal or someone that's got a reputation co-opting the soul of another person and then getting vengeance on any number of people. And again, a pretty good facilitator for that usually is mad science, right? That's kind of the big cut through. And I don't have the trailer for it, but one that I always liked is the monster and the girl, which I think you saw a little bit of before here, like when Evan and I just been hanging out. But it's this guy's wrongly accused of murder, framed by these gangsters, and so before he's being like put to death, George Zucco's mad scientist comes to him and is like, hey, can I use your body for science? And he says, sure, I don't care. So he puts his brain in the body of a gorilla.
Yeah.
And then the gorilla is killing all the gangsters and getting revenge. I wish there was a trailer for that movie because there's not that exists out online. But that fits into this. But that's the whole idea is mad science facilitating that. So, and even Black Friday, that Karloff movie we saw the trailer for, that's a brain transplant. Karloff is the mad scientist. He puts part of the gangster's brain into the brain of his friend who was hit by a car and needed a brain transplant, or I don't know why he needed a brain transplant. But then he's like competing, like he is still himself, but then the gangster part of the brain starts like making him transform, and then he starts, and then that's the one where Lugosi plays a gangster, and it's like, why isn't he just playing the scientist or the friend? There's 2 main roles. Like, why would you make Lugosi play third fiddle. It doesn't make any sense. And then he got hypnotized into believing he was suffocating, if you want to believe the publicity of that trailer. I wish. It's fun, but then the second trailer is these two trailers both deal with mad science being the facilitator, or I guess just science. All science is mad. That's what so the first trailer is for a Karloff movie from 1936 called The Man Who Changed His Mind. I think it goes by some other titles. It's a British film, and Karloff. This film also involves the soul, or but he's basically able to transfer the mind and soul of a person into any body that he wants through his science. But he uses that to get revenge on people that shunned him or poo-pooed his science. So that's again, there's a kind of that revenge is always baked into these stories for whatever reason. And then the second trailer is for, and this was mentioned in the chat, I think Sears said, this awful movie. And it's one of my personal favorites, honestly. I love this movie. But so it's Sears, I still love you. Even though we disagree about this movie, it's okay. But Frankenstein Created Woman from 1967. It is not what you think it is. You hear the title Frankenstein Created Woman. If you see the posters, you see the poster art, you think, all right, this is some sleazy sexploitation Hammer Frankenstein film, because it's a Hammer Frankenstein film. So Peter Cushing is playing Dr. Frankenstein, so it's automatically that puts it up there. That's great. But it's a good movie because those Hammer Frankenstein films, by that point, they were kind of getting a little stale. But then that one, Frankenstein Created Woman, is let's get into the soul stuff. Let's not do brain swaps, blah. That's easy mad science. That's Ghost of Frankenstein mad science. Because that's the thing, the whole brain swapping thing, that didn't come into play until Ghost of Frankenstein. And then a lot of people think about, especially with Frankenstein, brain swapping, or just that's possible. Frankenstein movies kind of like to say that they could swap brains. So that was a big thing. But Frankenstein Created Woman decided, all right, let's get away from all that. And Dr. Frankenstein is focused on the soul. And he's I can isolate the human soul and transfer it into another vessel. And so his assistant is framed for murder by these young rich kids that kill his girlfriend's dad. And so he's guillotined. And then as soon as he's guillotined, Frankenstein takes his body, gets his soul out.
Scoops his soul
out. Coincidentally, at the same time, the dude's girlfriend commits suicide because of his execution. So then Dr. Frankenstein takes her body. She was all disfigured, turns her into a beautiful blonde, but also puts her boyfriend's soul into her body. So then...
See, now that sounds like body horror.
So then now she's beautiful, but then she's going on dates with the guys who murdered her father and framed her boyfriend for the murder, and then she's hacking them and killing them one by one.
See,
and then Dr. Frankenstein
sounds like a pretty crazy movie.
Yeah, and then Dr. Frankenstein is gaslighting her the whole time, because she's I don't know who I am. Who am I? Because he's not telling her, oh, you were this girl who, he's not telling her the whole history. He's just saying, I'll tell you eventually. I'll get there. You just trust me. And so, yeah, she does all that, and Frankenstein in the meantime is just, and his assistant is comic relief. It's a different tone. It's much more I think Martin Scorsese said it's more like a fairy tale, than like any of the other like Frankenstein movies. But it's, yeah, it always stood out to me because like all the marketing, they don't have any like the female Frankenstein monster in the artwork. She's in like a cloth bikini. It's like all this very like sexualized marketing. None of that is in the movie. Like none of that is in the, like, it's very like, it's just a very sweet movie. So Sears, even though you say it's awful, there's a lot about it that I like. It's a really great movie. So, maybe if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out. Maybe it's due for a reappraisal. But you're going to see the trailer for it, and we're going to get these two trailers, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting conclusion of Man with Two Lives. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I understand, I'm old, but don't you see with this new part I needn't remain old? I can take a new body, a young body, and keep my own brain. And you too. You won't always be young. When you grow old, I can give you a new body. Think of it. I offer you eternal youth, eternal loveliness.
I have been able to take the mind of one chimpanzee and transfer it into the body of another.
I'll use it for myself, and I'll use it for my own ends.
Come on, please. Where's Clayton?
I'm not going to help you.
But you must. Without you, it's impossible.
I know. That's why I'm not going to help you.
Let him change bodies with you, Clayton. Might be amusing. Might be dangerous. I've nothing to lose. And his lordship is bursting with enthusiasm.
You can't do it! You can't do it!
No further need for you. Thanks to you, the boy's on his way to the Institute. But I'll take his body and he'll take mine. The body that'll be hanged for murder.
Frankenstein. The name stands for fear. Frankenstein. He shocks the world as he mocks the devil. Frankenstein. He creates monsters of men. Frankenstein's most terrifying experiment comes to life. Frankenstein created woman.
Who am I? Who am I?
You see, a shield of indestructible matter. What is it for? What is it for? To give life after death, my friend, that's what it's for. Life after death.
Peter Cushing as Baron Frankenstein, who crosses swords with Satan in his fight for immortality.
He lives. See, hence he's alive.
Susan Denberg as Christina, the deformed creature transformed by Frankenstein to a living beauty. Within her, a dead man's revengeful urge to kill.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him, Christina.
Forley Walters the doctor who helps Frankenstein to violate the laws of nature.
Christina, my dear, that man possesses such power, such knowledge, such... Oh, sometimes I don't even understand him myself.
The boy Hans is the tool of the Frankenstein experiment. These boys are the causes.
Hans. Come back.
He's come back from the grave. Somebody's brought him back.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for I think the trailer the title of the trailer was The Man Who Lived Again. The alternate title was The Man Who Changed His Mind.
Somebody changed their mind.
Somebody did. And then Frankenstein Created Woman, of course. Yeah, love that movie. Very fun movie. You know, it's just, it's different. It's out there. And anytime Dr. Frankenstein crosses swords with Satan, you know it's going to be an event. You can't miss that. So. Yeah, but I think that it's funny the way that revenge always plays, like, because you got to make it interesting. And I guess for horror, that's just revenge is just because you need killing and you need motivated killing, right? And so,
how are you gonna set somebody on the warpath?
Right.
Revenge story.
But in tonight's film, I mean, there's been a fair amount of murder, and I mean, the body count is 3, but the way that he just immediately shot the current leader of the gang, shot the cop,
no hesitation,
very
callous,
incredibly. Now he's killed his side piece. So we'll see. Bodies continue to pile up.
Yeah. Well, I did think it was interesting that he was leaning into his assumed identity a bit there, because before, excuse me, he basically just been saying, "Hey, everybody, leave me alone. I don't even want to be in here." But when he was talking to his new fiance, he's like, "Yeah, I'm this guy."
Right. Yeah. That is the interesting thing, is that the way that he's like playing off of it, but he's not totally in control, right? Like there's this idea that there's a struggle going on, possibly between the two souls. I don't know. Again, it's like we said, did the first soul die and leave upon the death of our hero, or are they both still there competing? I don't know. See if they elaborate on that at all. But again, there's a lot of kind of themes going on here that have been explored in horror movies, that this is early enough that it's like, all right, I'm kind of surprised, maybe not a lot of people saw it, but it maybe deserves to be a little bit better known. I don't know. We'll see. As we get into the conclusion, we'll see if it bears out that way. Who knows? But anything before we get into the conclusion of Man with Two Lives, Evan?
So if his soul is still in there, ready for a showdown, a soul down.
Ooh, yeah.
SmackDown.
Soul Down. Who will be the champion? We're gonna find out.
We got a soul cage match. Kind of is a cage match.
There can be only one. On that note, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get to the exciting conclusion of Man with Two Lives right now.
Hello, boss.
Where's Eric?
Oh, down the street getting some sandwiches.
So he just murdered his girlfriend and now
Welcome to Gypsy J.
Anything on your mind?
Gypsy J's in the house. Hey Gypsy J, hope you're doing well tonight.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Why didn't you tell me my father was asking for me?
Now, wait a minute, boss. I didn't tell anybody.
You told Helen.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was with me when he came in. I didn't tell nobody else. I swear by all that's holy I didn't. On my mother's grave, I swear it. Nobody'll know, not even Eric. Don't, boss. Don't!
Would.
The contrast of the music with that's something they do in The Monster and the Girl, which I think was the year before those, maybe 2 years, a year or two. Playing kind of bright classical music as something horrible's happening. That kind of diegetic music is playing off of. I don't know. It's a device that it's effective.
Yeah, are you all right? Hugo!
He seemed to be trying to explain it to us. It lasted for only a moment, and then he shouted at us to leave him alone.
And even threatened us if we attempted to follow him again.
Surely, Professor, by this time you must have some opinion regarding the cause of such a complete transformation.
Kids, Snips,
Yes, I
Clips,
have
welcome
formed an
kids. Hope you're doing
A
well tonight.
hypothetical one, purely.
Happy Saturday.
Yet one so fantastic, so inconceivable, I hesitate to tell it to you.
You must. This is no time to spare our feelings.
If there's some strange influence behind all this, I think we should know about it.
Very well, then. Ever since I first met Philip after his new life, I've been poring over these.
And what has this to do with Philip?
They all dwell at great length on one subject in common, namely transmigration of the soul.
What?
That's impossible.
Doctor, do you remember the night of Philip's death that I told you, whereas it might be possible for you to revive the body, you would also have the soul to contend with, and you scoffed at me?
I still don't believe it. This is incredible.
How else do you explain the sudden change in Philip after he was given new life?
Well, how do we know there is such a thing as a soul?
My dear doctor, the existence of the soul is something upon which all religions, all philosophies thoroughly concur. They may not agree regarding transmigration or the manner of its immortality, but as to its actual existence, they leave no reflection for doubt.
Oh, I can't believe it. If such a thing as transmigration of soul exists, then we three possess the souls of other persons, persons who lived before us.
We do not possess the souls, but the souls possess us. That is, if we proceed along the theory of transmigration.
But Philip was 27 years old. Surely he'd remember something about his past.
You forget, Doctor, that while you revived the body, the soul escaped. And it is the soul that is the memory, not the body.
What manner of soul possesses him now? Whose soul has he?
That is something that it will probably never be in our power to determine.
Soul possession. So we're definitely dealing with possession here. But it's less theological and more
All right.
scientific. I don't know.
Never thought you'd be calling to see me of your own accord. Too bad about your brother.
Yeah.
Nice funeral they gave him. Anybody be proud of that?
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, come on, spill it. What's on your mind?
I want you to get the guy that killed Hugo.
Now, don't tell me you want us to find out who he is.
No, I know who he is. That's why I'm here.
Are you getting soft? I thought you boys always took care of those little matters between yourselves.
We usually do. But this is different. I got my reasons. You remember
You got
that
your
Helen
raisins?
Langle was killed on the same day as my brother? Well, the same guy did it. You interested?
Go on.
Maybe you'd be more interested if you knew it's the same guy you've been hunting for weeks. The one that's behind all these robberies and killings.
Sit down. What's this fella's name?
Don't laugh when I tell you.
I don't see anything funny about this. Well,
Philip Bennett,
never heard of it.
the society boy. His father's Hobart Bennett, the banker.
That Philip Bennett? Oh, you're crazy.
I told you not to laugh.
Look, if this is a game, I don't get it, and believe me, I don't appreciate it either.
Do you see a grin on my puss? I'm giving it to you straight. He's heading to Panino mob.
Tell me what you know.
He walked in on us a week after Panino got burned. Knocked off Mitch Larson and took over. Told us his name was Philip Brown.
What did he knock Mitch off for?
I love all
He
this
don't need no
slang.
reason to knock anybody off.
Real bad, huh?
You ought to know. He gives us all the willies. Works just like Panino did.
What makes you so sure he's Philip Bennett?
Hugo recognized his old man when he came around Sporades looking for him. Hugo told Helen. That's how come they both got at the same time.
You still got your good health.
He didn't know it. Hugo told me, too. Or else I wouldn't be sitting here.
How come you didn't take care of him yourself?
Too easy. This way his whole family pays. I'd feel a lot better.
Why should a young society boy like Philip Bennett be mixed up with your sort?
That's the one thing I can't figure out. Maybe it's thrills, I don't know. Some of those guys will screw you in a bat.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Maybe he's too big for you to touch, huh?
You know better than that. But what evidence have I got other than your word, which is nothing but the word of a gangster?
I thought of that. That's why I waited till now. I just left him.
Yeah?
We're pulling a job tonight. And if you caught him actually at the works, you wouldn't need anything else, would you?
No, that's all I'd need.
And you'd take care of me. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll do what I can.
Miller's Warehouse, 8th Street, 11 o'clock.
Wow, okay. The stakes just got raised. Take it easy, kids. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Poor sap that owns this joint's in for a surprise when he opens up.
Hugo would have got a kick out of this job.
Yeah, he sure would have.
Come on, cut out the gab and start getting this stuff down to the car.
Cops are coming up.
Come on out of there. You haven't got a chance. Pull that lock off.
Oh shoot, don't you know who my dad is?
Damn. I didn't realize how on the money that cartoon was we had earlier tonight. I didn't know we were going to have an actual shootout between criminals and the police. Gotta get out of here.
All right, I quit. Don't
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Dang. Up there in a flash. Okay. Whoa. Nice.
He promised to be here quite early.
Perhaps he forgot.
Perhaps. But I reminded him again this morning.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be here.
Sorry, just had to try to pull off
Here he
a
is
job.
Happy birthday, Philip. Huh? Oh, thanks.
We've all been waiting for
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Sorry I'm so late.
Well, I'm glad you remembered, son. I was beginning to fear we might have to celebrate your birthday without you.
I got here as fast as I could.
Yeah, you're all out of breath.
Congratulations, Philip.
Yes.
Mine also.
Thanks.
Be careful, you're gonna get
I'll be
punched
down
in
in
the
a minute. I
face
wanna
again,
clean up
dude.
Go right ahead, but don't be too long. I've had my eye on that cake all night.
Me too. That looks
Well,
like a good
glad he got
cake.
here.
And the pastry looks pretty good too.
I'm Lieutenant Detective Bradley. I'd like to talk to Mr. Bennett, Hobart Bennett.
Will you wait here, sir? I beg your pardon, sir, but there's a Lieutenant Bradley of the police to see you.
To see me?
Yes, sir.
Well, have him come in.
Very good, sir. Will you go in, sir?
Thank you.
You want to see me?
Yes, I hate to intrude like this. We trailed an escaped thief to this section. We're covering every house.
Well, he couldn't be here unless he broke into the servants' quarters.
Yeah, I'll take a look down there. You haven't happened to see anybody come in here during the past 15 minutes, have you?
Why?
No one. We've been sitting here all evening.
Right? Isn't that right, everybody? I'll blast
My
all
eldest
of
son.
you.
Philip, this is Lieutenant Bradley of the police.
How are you,
Lieutenant?
You've been here all evening, have you?
Yes, we're celebrating my birthday, as you can see.
Say, that cake really looks like something. Isn't it about time you were cutting it up?
Well, we're sort of waiting for midnight. See, everything of importance sort of takes place at midnight. New days, new years, births, deaths. Why is that, Lieutenant?
I don't know. Strikes me one time is about as good as another for births and deaths. I think the mystery story writers have over-publicized it. However, there's something intriguing about the term midnight.
Well, just to show you we don't hold on to superstition, we'll cut it up right now. You'll stay and have some, of course.
I don't know if I can. Well, maybe just a minute.
Good.
Maybe just a little piece.
There we are, Lieutenant.
Ah, thanks.
Louise, will you do the honors for us, please?
Of course.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Where was this robbery?
A warehouse on 8th Street. We got them all except the ringleader.
Do you know who he is?
Mm-hmm. One of the gang tipped me off beforehand. Strange. He was shot, too. We couldn't tell him apart in the dark.
Expect to get this ringleader?
Oh, sure. Say, I wish my wife could make a cake like this. Yeah, we'll get him all right. No rush.
What sort of fellow is he?
No rush. I want to eat my cake
Very
first.
Kill him.
He knows it's him. Damn.
Yeah, I've got to watch my diet. I can't eat this. Yes, this fellow's a real killer, all right. The funny thing about it is, he works just like Wolf Panino. And he's running the Panino mob. Odd, isn't it?
Did you say Panino?
Yes, you remember him, don't you? He went to the chair about 2 months ago.
Doctor, that same night.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
Oh, no, just that we'd read about Panino in the papers.
He had nothing on this new fellow. Oh, now that I think of it, he has the same first name that you have, Philip. Philip Brown.
Philip.
Probably not his right name.
Probably a phony. Maybe you remember reading about that boy and girl that were killed down the east side last week. They found out his real name, so he killed them. Some relative innocently went down to the place, and that's what gave it away.
Where was this place?
Oh, you never heard of it. It's down in the slum section. A place called Sporades.
Sporades.
Answers your question. Sporades.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Maybe
no,
you can't
I'm
stomach
glad
this
that I
sort
got
of
that
talk.
pronunciation.
You folks seldom see this kind of thing. Although once in a while you find a person with plenty of money, plenty of family background, and for some insane reason he decides to become a criminal. I never could understand it myself.
Well, there are often extenuating circumstances.
Maybe, but I let the alienists worry about that. My job is to catch them.
And do you always catch them, Lieutenant?
Well, I've got a pretty good average, I guess.
Cigarette?
Oh, thanks.
I love this. I'm gonna eat the cake. You want a cigarette? Like, we know. Like, why are we?
One more thing.
You,
Very Colombian.
something stuck on your shoe.
Oh, so there is. If I'd known that, I'd have changed them. Must be some mud.
It looks like tar.
Yes, it is. Guess I got it on the paper.
Or on the roof. Roofs are covered with tar. I used to play on them every day when I was a kid. Cops and robbers, and I always played the robber. Now I make a living playing a cop. Shows you can't ever tell how a kid will wind up. Well, I better be going. Strange, you didn't see anybody come in here. Oh, we picked up the cab driver who drove the fellow we're looking for away from the robbery. He says he let him off down the street and saw him run in here. Mind if I bring him in to take a look around?
Oh, he couldn't be here.
Well, then there won't be any harm done, will there? It's just one of those routine things. Won't take a minute. I'll bring him in.
Just a moment, Lieutenant.
Everybody gets an angle.
In case you didn't know it, the house is surrounded by police.
I assumed that much. That's why I want you to help me.
Help you?
Yes.
Help me help you.
Go to the door and order them away. You and I will wait here for a while, and then we'll leave together. In case they don't obey.
That would work all right, except, what if I refuse to order them away?
You forget you told me the fellow you're looking for is desperate. Very desperate.
Philip, you can't. You must.
Oh, Philip, stop! Quiet. I haven't much patience, Lieutenant.
Well, I haven't any alternative, have I? Yet I could just sit here and think it over for a moment, couldn't I?
Yes, you could.
He's gonna kick the gun.
But after a while, the police would become concerned about you and break in.
What?
We're all going out of here together.
Oh.
We're all going
You
out
don't know
here.
what you're doing. You can't do this. You can't. I'll go with you alone, but not them, not Dad.
Going out
I
of
should
here
have finished
together.
that cake. Jeez.
I guess the scientist had to be the one to do it, right?
I had to do it, even though he was your son.
My mistake.
I brought you back into this world.
My son
I'll take
died
you back out.
2 months ago.
What?
Panino.
He's coming around.
It's the first sign of life he's shown since the automobile accident.
Concussion of the brain is a serious matter, Louise.
For a while, I thought he'd never pull through.
So it was all just a dream.
Nino.
What?
Thank heaven he's coming out of his coma at last.
Now, don't try to move.
Okay, good. Just cut the movie.
Where? What? You've been in a coma for 4 days, ever since your accident.
Darling, I'm so glad you're better. So glad.
You'll never know how glad I am. A nightmare, a horrible nightmare.
What is it, darling?
Nothing at all.
What? Wow, my goodness gracious. That was Man with Two Lives. What did we think, Evan?
I mean, other than that final twist ending, which is so just sudden, brief, that
I mean,
I almost just want to ignore it.
Yeah, like the whole movie up to that point, pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. It's like they didn't know how to end it, or they didn't have the time or the budget to keep going, so we'll just make it all a dream and have him wake up. Like,
I mean, otherwise it ends on a pretty dark note.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, it makes sense for the scientist to be the one to step in.
Yeah. Yeah, at first I thought it was the father, and I was like, oh man. So.
And that would have been brutal.
But wasn't expecting the cop to get shot there.
No,
which I mean, you know, should have. Like, this guy has had a hair trigger the entire movie.
And the cop is just kind of thinking, I got this in the bag.
I've got him right where I want him. He's not gonna. What are you gonna do, tough guy? Shoot me?
Piece of cake. That was it. That was his whole like ethos, and it did not work out for him. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun movie. Like, despite the ending, it really did. It moved pretty well. You know, just a lot of interesting ideas at play at work.
Definitely.
I mean, I think the only thing is it's just that it didn't have like a star in the cast, like not like a major star, like the guy playing our villain, for lack of a better way to put it. We've seen him before. He's actually the love interest in The Gorilla with the Ritz brothers and Bela Lugosi.
He's in the Gorilla?
Yeah, he's the love interest to the niece. Edward Norris is his name. Actually, first name Septimus.
Septimus?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you know? Is
Roman.
that does that mean something, or that's just a wild name, right? Septimus.
I think it's like a Latin type, like the seventh son kind of name.
Oh, well, it's weird because Wikipedia is very upfront about saying that what was it? Saying that that his father is the most famous gynecologist in Philadelphia or something like that. So I don't know. His father was a doctor, a very learned man, maybe. You know,
probably a student of the classics.
Student of the classics have to be.
Anytime you get like Hyperion or Julius, whatever, like, you know, their parents are just into the classics.
Into the classics makes sense. But yeah, and then you think about the scientist. That guy was not. I think he might have. The only role I believe that I would know him from is he's in It's a Wonderful Life. He's the guy that demands to get his money from the bank whenever the crash is happening. He's like, I want my $242. That's what I have invested in. That's what I want right now. And you just think, like, could this movie have had a little bit more of a memorable reputation, especially if they could have gotten Lugosi?
I was gonna say, yeah, we just really want Lugosi to be in this movie,
want
right?
Lugosi, but
he would have been in your book for sure.
It would,
or
yeah.
This film would have been in your book for sure.
Yeah, they would not have missed it. Karloff, obviously a clear choice, would have been great, but even the guy that they got reminded me in terms of looks, and even a little bit in the acting, a lot of Lionel Atwell, who very popular for Universal horror films and a few Mad Scientist roles under his belt as well. And it's just unfortunate, right? Like, you think if you just... That's the beauty of typecasting. That's the beauty of having these actors that can... You see them and you know, oh, this is the Mad Scientist. This is the guy. And I don't know, maybe they weren't going for that. I mean, where do you feel like this qualifies as body horror? Do you feel like this does the cop out ruin it? The cop out of the ending ruin it? Where do you fall on?
I think it gets in the neighborhood, but like we said before, like, if they had come at it from the angle of, like, I'm in this body and it's all weird and I don't understand it and so horrible, like,
yeah,
that's more body horror than this, where, like, oh sweet, I got a new ride and I'm gonna use it to scheme my way back to the top, like,
new ride, no strings attached. Time to ride this ride as far as it's gonna take me. He certainly did, but he just, couldn't contain his killing instincts.
Yep, goes right back to. I mean, yeah, I feel like if he had played his cards a little smarter, like, you got. Not that he necessarily even needed to be a criminal, like, he got resurrected as a rich guy.
Right, yeah, at that point, you're set. Your dad owns fucking banks. Like, yep, dude, just chill out.
Yeah, stop shooting everybody. Like, you've got a new set of fingerprints. They're not going to catch you.
Couldn't do it, didn't matter. It was all about the thrill of the game, I guess. He just loved what he did.
Just loved shooting people.
Really did. So yeah, and I mean, in terms of, like, Poverty Row horror movies, I think there were enough interesting ideas at work to, like, definitely for me, like, put it up there. Like, I enjoyed a lot of this. Like, that ending, yeah, like, you could cut it out and be completely fine. It wouldn't matter.
Which, honestly, like, so many of these movies have such, like, just whatever, just brief,
yeah, they always will hard cut end. Yeah,
that I'm more apt to just kind of forget the ending anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point. And a lot of times, unless it's something really, like, explosive, it's usually pretty mundane.
Yeah.
So. But I enjoyed it.
Take it easy, Gypsy J.
Gypsy J, thanks
for joining us
tuning
tonight.
in. Thanks for hanging out tonight. And again, Gypsy J has got movies every night at 8 p.m. So like and subscribe to her channel if you haven't yet. But appreciate you tuning in, Gypsy J. Yeah, it's just cool to kind of deviate from a typical monster or typical supernatural. There were some high ideas going on here. So.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, they were getting into, like, does a soul really exist? Well, it must, because it's the foundation of all philosophy and religion. Like, damn, we do not go into that territory every week.
That's a great point. I think that's the best thing about it all. That sums up so well. And it's funny because then I think, like, the uniqueness of all that now we're pivoting back. We're going in more tried and true territory, but with a little bit of a spin. Because we've already had like a classic old dark house movie, at least old dark house movie from its most popular time frame a few weeks ago with The Crooked Circle. But next week we're gonna get a little more of an updated version of an old dark house movie with Murder Mansion from 1972, which is a Spanish-Italian Euro horror film that kind of channels, kind of your classic, like old dark house films, but by way of giallo from like the 60s and 70s, Italian giallo, and gothic horror that had gotten popular in the 60s. Like a lot of that kind of look and feel goes into this, but it's putting all that into an old dark house story. So I think that'll be cool because we've already gotten so many old dark house films.
Yeah.
That to get one that tries to like do it up for the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it'll be, again, giallo is its own thing. I'm not going to say it's an acquired taste, but it's a vibe, and it kind of doesn't always engage in the most cohesive narrative, like traditional narrative structure. It kind of goes just with the opulence of the crime and the, I don't know.
Okay, so we might have a weird movie.
We're gonna have a weird movie
next
maybe.
week.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have a good time with it. But yeah, we'll be back on our schedule next week, next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and of course
and Thursday, right?
Thursday we've got a very important series to wrap up, because not only are we getting into the final chapters of The Great Alaskan Mystery, but we also have to conclude our trivia for the season.
Yep.
And
there can be only one winner.
It's been a stiff competition. It's been very close. Everybody's been ping-ponging and going back and forth. So we hope to we get a couple more weeks, a couple more opportunities to score points, and it's been good, but we'll see. If you win, you will decide what we're going to be watching for the minisodes next season. So definitely take every opportunity to score those points, and we'll be crowning the next champion soon enough. But I've had a blast tonight. It's been a very good time, and I forgot to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. Of course, Lauren and Sears, Alana, of course, Kathy, Old Radios. Appreciate you being in here. Gypsy J. Grady was in here. Welcome, Grady. Sorry, I forgot to greet you. Andy. Appreciate you tuning in, Andy. Thomas, appreciate you. Joe Cola. We also had kids in here. James, Sally Skellington. I'm sure Alana sent me yes, she did. We also had Bees, of course, Bees, and appreciate the super chat. Bees, really, that support means a lot. That's always great. TDR, appreciate TDR being in here, and that was pretty much it. But it's been a blast. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for making the schedule change with us, and we'll be back on our regular schedule next week. But anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
The way this played out, Philip here, he kind of cheated death twice. He's kind of a man with 3 lives at this point.
Because of the the dream, right?
Oh. Yeah, maybe that just counts as one. Maybe he wakes up and that's his second life.
Well, maybe he'll get to 9 eventually. Who knows? That's the goal, right? We'll see. Until next week. Sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.